In 2019, this company was worth $47 billion. It wasn't a tech giant. It didn't own revolutionary software. It rented desks. Yet, Wall Street treated its founder like a messiah. Then, in just 6 weeks, it all evaporated. This isn't just a story about a failed real estate company. This is the post-mortem of a corporate cult, and the man who convinced the world he could change the global consciousness. To understand the crash, we have to understand the illusion. At its core, WeWork had a basic business model: lease office space long-term, renovate it to look trendy. That's a low-margin, high-risk game. But Adam Neumann didn't sell real estate. He sold an experience. He claimed WeWork was a tech ecosystem, a physical social network. And because Silicon Valley was desperate for the next Facebook, they chose to believe him. Every bubble needs an enabler. And WeWork found the ultimate one in Masayoshi Son, the head of SoftBank's Vision Fund. Legend has it, after a mere 12-minute meeting, Son told Neumann he wasn't being crazy enough. With an endless flood of SoftBank cash, WeWork didn't just grow, it mutated. They were losing $219,000 every single hour. But the valuation kept climbing until they decided to go public. Every classic cult relies on a fundamental psychological trick: identity merging. You take a person's basic human need for belonging, and you link it entirely to the group. Adam Neumann didn't want employees, he wanted disciples. He rebranded basic office cubicles into sacred spaces. Monday morning meetings started with mandatory tequila shots at 10 a.m. Annual company summer camps weren't networking events. They were mandatory, 3-day music festivals where thousands of employees chanted the company name in unison. If you questioned the 80-hour work weeks or the low pay, you were not just a bad employee. You were an unbeliever who didn't want to elevate the world's consciousness. Cults also maintain control through language manipulation, creating a unique vocabulary that makes outsiders feel isolated and insiders feel elite. Neumann didn't just lease desks. He talked about the physical social network and WeOS, treating a physical building like an operating system. By replacing dry corporate reality with spiritual buzzwords, he bypassed the critical thinking centers of everyone around him. When you are told, you are part of a cosmic mission to redefine human interaction, looking at a boring profit and loss sheet feels small-minded. And that is exactly how he trapped the biggest fish of all. It began as a vision of the future of work, a disruption that promised to reshape how the world interacted. But beneath the glossy veneer of rapid expansion, the cracks began to surface, and the media quickly turned its gaze towards the growing chaos. When the S-1 filing was finally laid bare, it revealed a startling reality: unsustainable growth, internal conflicts, and a staggering lack of profitability. Confidence evaporated overnight. As valuations plummeted, the market reacted with swift and unforgiving force. What were once hubs of vibrant, collaborative energy quickly fell silent, a stark, hollow monument to an ambition that far exceeded its foundations. Inside the boardrooms, the mood was grim. Those who had banked on the promise of a revolution were left to salvage what remained. And at the center of the storm, the visionary who built the empire walked away, leaving behind the wreckage of his own creation. In the end, the light that burned the brightest was extinguished, serving as a cautionary tale of hubris, hype, and the fragility of a failed illusion. The story of WeWork was never just about office space. It was about the extraordinary power of belief. Adam Neumann didn't invent a revolutionary business model. He has mastered something far more powerful. He convinced thousands of employees, billions of dollars worth of investors. Charisma can inspire, but when belief replaces evidence and emotion outweighs critical thinking, even the brightest ideas can become dangerous illusions. Perhaps that's the real lesson of WeWork. The greatest risk isn't following a bad idea. It is following a compelling story. The most valuable investment you can make will not be your money. It will be your skepticism.